Hi guys, welcome to my channel for new battle report. Actually, I wanted to record this one before the holidays, but I wasn't able to do so. So a couple of weeks later, I'm finally able to record it. I hope my memory will still be fresh and I will still remember what happened during this game. Special condition during this game because I was feeling a bit bad. I ate something not so fresh, I think, during this day for the lunch, and then I was really feeling bad for this game. I was really almost not speaking. It was really difficult, and I really struggled during this game, but that was still an interesting experience. I thought multiple times about just stopping the game because it was really difficult for me to play under this condition, but still, I think it's an experience to be able to think and play the game despite some unfavorable condition, because that can happen that you are not feeling so good for a battle. So that was still an interesting experience. But yeah, well, maybe not so enjoyable for myself and my opponent because I didn't speak much and my strategy was maybe a bit more limited than what I could have done in the normal game, because I didn't think that much all the options like I could have done maybe. So my list is still the same as the two previous battle. My opponent was playing shooty list with 3 zoning threats, 2x5 Knight of Rima, 1 Lion Chariot, and the rest is basically 2 big units of shooters, Queen's Guards, Sea Guards, 1 block of Spears, 2 Sea Guards Reapers, 2 piece of Chaff with the Eagles, and then some characters. So we have good magic with Master of Crown Rectower, Adept Pyro with the book, and then High Prince, who is a bit decent in fighting, so quite good to protect as well, Sea Guard or the Queen's Guard, depending where it goes, but still quite decent with the Silver Blazing Dawn. So not bad. A good magical resistance to avoid getting maybe killed by, for example, a Master Pyromancy. So good list. He plays it since a couple of months. Actually, I think there are already 2 battle reports against this list on this channel. It's the 3rd time I was facing the list, so I knew how it works. I know it's the problem with this list is it's quite static. Basically, you deploy and then you play the game. Basically, you move a bit, you shoot, you zone. You don't do much. You chaff when the opponent comes forward. You don't have a lot of possibilities to react during the game. That's the problem of this list. So if you do a lot of damage with shooting, then fine. I mean, the opponent has not enough power to kill you in combat and then you survive. But it's not really depending on what you do. You're not so active. You're more passive strategy, defending. Then sometimes you struggle for scenario. So you count a bit on doing a lot of damage with magic shooting. And then you rely on Rima Knights and things like that to be very mobile and try to steal the scenario. That's a bit how this list works in my opinion. We played Frontline Clash and a special scenario for the final game of this tournament, which was like a mobile target moving, and basically you could take it with a unit, and sometimes it was positive effect, sometimes negative effect. A bit too complicated to explain everything because that didn't happen that much during this game. But basically you need to capture something that is moving to d6 each turn. That's more or less how it worked. Here you have magic spells. My opponent decided to go with Alchemy, Witchcraft and Shamanism for Master of Crown Tower, and then took Hereditary Flaming Sword because I have some good armors. Ward Save Against Fire was not... There was no point in choosing, for example, Pyroclastic Flow. Yeah, regarding matchup, what else can I say that I've not said before? Of course, a lot of damage can be done by shooting. I remember a Great Bull of Shamut getting killed by turn 1, so you have to be careful, especially with Kadim Titan, because it's similar to a Great Bull of Shamut, so use the cover. Bolt Thrower plus Magic mean that my BSB has again to stay within the Thoric Anointed Big Boss, so no way of playing him a bit more Kobo-like. Try to be more aggressive than my opponent because he has more range damage than me, so I need to be a bit more aggressive. And of course, I need to be, how can I say? I need to be smart in how I decide to deploy my 2 big pieces. For example, the tank is sensitive to alchemy. He has not a lot of tools to deal with the tank actually, but he has Quicksilver Lash, which is problematic because if you allow Quicksilver Lash to go through, then the tank is in trouble and will lose some wounds and die after some rounds. So that's a bit problem. And then he has Flaming Sword plus 2 Bolt Thrower, so that as well can work against the tank. But I think it's quite limited what he can do against the tank. So if I'm able to put the tank a bit far away from magic, could be nice not to have to deal with the Quicksilver Lash each turn. So that's something to keep in mind. And then Kalim Titan, I need to avoid the spam of shooting. And also 2 units of Rima who are very good counter because of the magical, the flaming Aegis. So yeah, we'll see what the Titan can do, but complicated match for him because he struggled against the amount of shooting plus the 2 Rymanite units. So we'll see. And of course, despite the fact that the objective is not predictable, I need to get a good board control, be aggressive, and I mean, if you have the board control, then you should be able somehow to have opportunities to catch this moving target for the scenario. So should be fine if I move forward and if I have a good board control. That was my mindset while starting the game. And maybe last thing that I can say is I was eager to counter deploy and not drop everything because I wanted to know where my opponent drops some pieces, for example Rymanite for Kalim Titan, also the shooting and so on, and also the mage, to position myself carefully with big pieces in particular. So yeah, deployment, we exchanged a few drops, and once my opponent saw the tree anointed on the left side with no cover, he decided to drop the Sea Guards and the sisters, the queens, to be able to shoot at them in turn 1. So he dropped everything. Here you have 1 Bolt Thrower, 2nd Bolt Thrower, the big unit of Sea Guards with all 3 character, first Eagle, 2nd Eagle, the Chariot, Learn Chariot, first unit of Rymanite, 2nd unit of Rymanite, the block of Spears on the right. So yeah, I guess what I dropped before he dropped everything was 1 unit here, that I was sure. I think the unit of Slave, the Light Cavalry, and maybe a unit of Blunderbuss. That was it. So then what I decided to do was basically, the mage are over there, the light shooting are over there. I decided to put my tank as far away as possible. Basically, I'm covered from Bolt Thrower, light shooting, flaming sword, Quicksilver Lash too far away, so the tank should be fine, and he could deal with both cavalry who was not so far away. He can secure the right flank and then move to the center, so should be fine. There is also Lion Chariot not too far away, so interesting position I guess for the tank, and also good support for the unit of vassals, because on their own they would have been in trouble against this kind of opposition. Then on the left side, I decided to position the Kalim Titan as far away as possible from the 2 units with the Aegis against fire, so I decided to put him far on the left. Despite the fact that he has a lot of shooting, I think that was a nice position to be really strong on the left flank with all anointed plus the Kalim Titan, to be able really to push where the points are, because everything in his battle line is more or less here. The rest is worth less points. So that was a bit the idea. And then in the middle you have some blunderbuss as far as possible from his shooting to avoid getting shot in the early stage of the game. And that was it. Let's move on to turn 1. So yeah, like I said, not a lot of things to move in his army list, just has to prepare the chaff, move a bit forward with Chariot and Rymanite, move behind the hill with Rymanite, and that's it. In Magic, he's able to cast the Flaming Sword. I don't remember on which unit, I think on the Queen's card. And then a Favor of Melodies, I try to dispel it with 5 dice against 3, but still able to cast it. So two nice spells this turn, and with shooting is able to delete completely exactly the wound he need to kill the 9 wounds, toughness 5, 4+ armor save, 5 up Aegis against fire with all these shots. So yeah, a bit unlucky, but still I could have deployed them a bit better to avoid this scenario of him dropping and focusing 1 unit to delete it. So it's not high damage for the game, but still could have been avoided maybe. And as you can see, decided to position my BSB unit within the ruin with the majority of the unit. Third game in a row that I play within the ruin to profit from cover against. I'm a bit afraid of all this shooting against this unit. I can really lose the lookout sir quite quickly, and then be in danger against Quicksilver Lash with the BSB, Bolt Thrower, and so on. So I prefer to avoid that. My turn 1. I move slightly forward with the Tauruc anointed Death Star, move still back with my Kadim Titan and don't want to get shot, so I'm behind the unit to gain cover. And then I move forward with my tank to be able to shoot at his chariot with no cover. Quite interesting target. And I move slightly forward with the rest of my unit. I need to gain a bit of board control, like I said. Here you can see this token will be the objective, which will be moving a bit. I was able to cast with him Fireball against this Bolt Thrower, but did nothing, unfortunately. Then a Silver Spike did 2 wounds to this chariot, which was nice. And then with my tank I was able to finish the chariot. So not bad. This caused a panic check against this unit, who failed the panic check and had to flee because they were too far away from General BSB. So not bad for turn 1. Kill the chariot, make 1 unit flee. Not bad at all. His turn 2, still not a lot of movement for him, as you can see. Just rallied the big block. And then in Magic, I dispelled the Flavor of Melodies. He was able to cast Flaming Sword, and he was able to kill 4 blunderbuss in this unit, and I failed my non-rollable. I had to flee over this unit, but stay on the board. But that was 1 time per each game in this tournament. I failed the non-rollable. That can happen. Not too bad this time because no unit out of the table, but still blunderbuss who fled against the nice shot from the sisters. My turn 2. This time decided to go forward. I was feeling bad. As I've told you, I decided I want to shorten this game and I want to see if my Death Star can win combat against, for example, the big unit of Sea Guards who have the Navigator banner. So not an easy combat, but I want to see what can happen. So let's move forward. Out of the rune, I decided to move forward as well with Kadim Titan to provoke him, force him to chaff me. And the rest, the tanks still move forward to shoot in the flank of the Rymanite, move a bit forward with the big block of Vassal, and rally the blunderbuss just on the board. In Magic, I cast a 2d6 with this guy, 2d6 strength 4 against the Eagle, was able to clean it. Silver Spike killed 2 Rymanite, and then a Fireball did 3 wounds against this Bolt Thrower, which was really, really nice. And then with shooting, I was able to kill 2 Rymanite, and he failed the panic check, which was nice. 1 Rymanite left, had to flee over everybody, but stayed within the board. So again, a very nice magic and shooting phase. So really happy about what the tank and the Pyro Mage and Alchemy as well did in this turn, because it was nice to kill almost 1 unit of Rymanite, so not bad. His turn 3 uses the remaining Eagle to chaff me, rallied the Rymanite, move a bit forward to short within short range onto my Kadim Titan, and move a bit with the Spearman, that's it. In Magic, I use my Binding Scroll on Flavor of Melodies, and I dispel +1 strength and flying movement, which was nice. What else? Shooting is able to do 5 wounds to my Kadim Titan, which is huge, but yeah, I know this could happen. So only with the Sea Guard and Bolt Thrower, 5 wounds. This is quite good for him. Let's move on to my turn 3. I took 2 charges. He was within my 7 movement with the Sea Guard, so no stand and shoot. That's why I decided to charge him. But still, that was really suicide complete. I don't know what I was thinking. That was really suicide because he has a good Lord, fighty Lord. In this unit, I have only 2 wounds left, so I should have just go around and stay here in the flank, threat him, force him to either charge me, shoot me. Would have been much better. The Death Star charged the chaff, of course, and the rest I reposition myself, move forward with the tank to threat him, be able to shoot at the Bolt Thrower, still be out of arc of the Ramonite. He didn't play that well with this unit of Ramonite, who really did nothing in this game, more or less. You see, behind the hill for 3 turns. That's a bit sad. Could have done something to position himself or try to do a charge, try to do something. I think he was too afraid from the tank on this side. Magic Fireball killed the Bolt Thrower on the left, which is nice. Then I tried to put +2 armor save on the Cadim Titan, I guess, was Dispel. And of course in close combat I'm able to deal with the Eagle, and the Elven Lord is able to one-shot my Cadim Titan before I strike, which means I was really stupid to charge in. But yeah, that's it. His turn 4. He moves forward with the cavalry model left to chaff me, but this time, because of the large frontage that I have, he was not able with his movement to avoid me getting an overrun onto the Sigurd unit, which is nice for me. We'll see. The only way he could have chaffed me would have been to come here further to the back, but he was not able with his high movement. So the only thing he can do is to give me an overrun. This gives him a chance, for example, to buff him in combat and so on, so it's not so bad. The rest was not able to go out of arc with them. I made sure it was not possible, so he just moved forward. I don't know exactly why. He could have tried to do something else to force me to charge in another direction. He moves forward with the cavalry to threat a bit my back line, and that's it. In Magic, he tries to cast a flying movement on the chaff to really effectively chaff me. I dispel that, of course. I'm dispelling as well +1 strength onto this unit. And with all his shooting, he's able to kill 2 Toruk Anointed, which is not bad at all. And here you see, if I would have played better with Cadim Titan, I would have moved around, then he would have to shoot at me to kill the Cadim Titan. So then I would have probably 1 or 2 model more in the Death Star, or he would have had a Cadim Titan in his back, which is not something that you want as a Highborn Elf player in this game. Let's move on to my turn 4. I took the charge against cavalry. I took the charge with the tank on the flank. He passes the terror check. And the rest reposition myself. In Magic, I put +1 armor save, I guess, on this unit to protect me for the upcoming combat. And I kill the cavalry overrun onto the Death Star. Really looking forward to this combat to see what happens. Here I kill quite a lot of model. He fails the steadfast and I pursue, but still is able to flee just in front of the Bolt Thrower, and I'm not able to catch him. He's turn 5. On the left we are in combat. He fails to rally the Lancer, the Spearmen who flee on the Bolt Thrower but still are on the board, and the rest of his unit decide to charge. Okay, I have, he forgot, I guess, that I have Spear. I'm hitting on 4 ranks. General is not too far away, so I have General, should be fine. I have a lot of attacks with AP2, should be fine, I guess. So yeah, his Magic is able to cast Flaming Sword and +1 strength. Completely fail my roll to dispel something, and is able to get 2 spells onto his unit. I really wanted to dispel +1 strength. So yeah, unfortunately for me, this will be a bit more complicated than what I wanted. Here I'm able to kill some model, he kills some of me, I pass the steadfast. Here I'm killing some model, but he passes his steadfast. And that's it. My turn 5, sorry for the blurry picture. I charges with the Orc Slave, was able to contact. As a reminder, I have rerolled the charge battle focus with them since I was within 6 of another unit with Infernal Brand, so not bad. I'm able to get in, it was a medium range charge, I don't remember exactly how much, so I charge in. The tank, charge a Bolt Thrower, overrun onto the fleeing Spearman, catches them, passes leadership check and reformed. Here we still in combat, I just counter-charge, reformed the last turn and counter-charge with the 2 remaining cavalry to win combat, and just move forward with the mage and blunderbuss to claim the objective this time. Yeah, what else can I say? I forced the +2 armor save in Magic. I think I used 5 dice this time. I really know it was decisive. because I have not a lot of orcs in contact, so if he does pretty much nothing to me and I win, he has no steadfast, and I should be able to win the game heavily, possibly 20-0 if I win this combat. I win combat by 5, so he has a test with -5 to take by 4, and I guess fear, so -5. It was -5, but he was able to pass it. So unfortunately for me, he sticks in combat, which is bad. And he had to flee, I guess. Don't remember exactly. And then the last turn, I don't have picture anymore, but basically was still able to get +1 strength with 5 dice against 5 dice. The Lord kills my champion. My BSB has to flee, but fortunately I have my Orc Slave who are steadfast and are able to stick in combat, and on my turn 6 I will be able to rally the BSB, so keep the points, the Orcs are still in combat, and with the tank I will be able to charge the Queen's Guard and make them flee and catch them. So a really nice game for the tank. Let's see. So I took the Mage, half of the Sea Guard, a Spearman block, a 2 Bolt Thrower, 2 Eagles, the Rama Knight, the Lion Chariot, and the Queen's Guard. And the tank alone, I guess, took almost the half of this. Took 1 unit of Queen's Guard, finishes the Lion Chariot, kills some Rama Knight, kills the Spearman, and that's it, but not bad at all. And for me, yeah, I took the wall and anointed boss, and only the BSB left when I fled. So no bodyguard anymore, that's why. And here I lost the unit at the deployment more or less, and Kalim Titan of course with my kamikaze charge and half of the slave. So I was able to claim a 17-3 victory with the scenario objective, secondary objective 1, which was quite good, I guess, regarding the game, how it went, and the fact that I fled with the BSB and so on. Could have been worse, could have been better, of course, if he didn't pass the -5 close combat check. This would have been probably a 20-0. So yeah, he was able, of course, to clean my 3 anointed unit on the left because I deployed them badly, I guess. And but I think at the same time this was a bait for him to deploy everything to shoot at this unit, and then I was able to profit from his deployment. I know he cannot really redeploy during the game. As I've said in the introduction, he cannot really move a lot with his block and so on. So I knew how the game will be. And since I was able to counter deploy, I think in a pretty good way, I was able to profit from knowing his deployment, which was not bad at all, because the tank had an amazing game, so far away from Quicksilver Lash, Bolt Thrower, and the rest of shooting. So that was not bad. That was not bad. The Kalim Titan, yeah, was completely a stupid charge. Of course, should have just moved to the side. Either I'm able to go out of arc, even if I'm not able, this force him to charge me, or I can move back, but I should have done something not to give him a free kill, basically, a free reform and so on. I think that was really stupid for me. And yeah, more or less, what else can I say? The board control, of course, helped me to claim the objective, which was also important, as I've told you at the beginning of the video. So yeah, that was it, 3rd win. I will tell you how the rest went, and if I was able to win the tournament or not in the conclusion. I will also analyze a bit my army list, since I was trying something completely different with a lot of Toik anointed. I really want to tell you a bit how I felt with these new units, and if I want to play them back again or not. Thanks a lot for watching this video. I hope you appreciate them, and talk to you soon on my channel. Bye.